2 Project Origin is a first-person survival horror shooter and the direct sequel to the original F.E.A.R. First Encounter Assault Recon. It was released in 2009 for PC, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 3. This is the only main F.E.A.R. title that I hadn't played prior to playing it for this video. I played the first F.E.A.R. when it was new, and F.E.A.R. 3 when it was also new, but I never had a chance to play the second game. I saw one of my friends playing it and thought the elementary school level was really cool and always wanted to play it, but I digress. The story takes place half an hour after the finale of the first game. You play as Michael Beckett, a Delta Force sergeant on a small team. They're sent to protect the president of the Armacham Technology Corporation and soon find themselves caught up in a secret project that eventually lures Alma Wade, the creepy psychic girl from the first game, to Beckett. Most of the story is about cleaning up Point Man's mess and learning more about Alma and then subsequently trying to avoid her. The story is better narrated than the first, and you can figure out what's going on without needing to read the intel files. They still give a lot of important information, but it is a lot more focused on survival horror this time, and the creators make sure to fix what criticisms players had for the first game. The gameplay is, for the most part, general first-person shooting. You can also use the reflex tool from the first game to slow down time and attack your enemies. There are new weapons to use, like a laser gun and this plasma gun thing that disintegrates enemies into skeletons. The flashlight does not have a battery, so it can be used infinitely. You have teammates that join you very briefly in a few sections, and you can use the turret on the tank along with a giant mech suit in these sections. The environment for this game is a huge step up from the first one. Areas are extremely varied and unique, with Wade Elementary being one of the best levels I've seen in a horror game. It has legitimately scary sections, and it did everything right. I didn't get too lost in areas, not as much as I did in the first game, but again, I get lost easily. There are a lot of new enemies, and the ones that creeped me out the most were the specimens that crawled around on the wall on all fours. Alma also made more appearances, and they were just as terrifying as before, if not worse. It's a fairly short game. I finished it in about 8 hours, but this was including me wandering around and getting annihilated by enemies. The story built up to a strong finish, but it felt like it ended too abruptly. It has a DLC, F.E.A.R. 2 Reborn, so I'll see if that ties up any loose ends. I played this game on Steam and I had a few issues with my game glitching. Areas failed to load in and I was basically walking around an invisible level. Restarting my checkpoint fixed it, but I had it happen about 3 times. I also had the game crash once on one of the final levels, but it autosaved right before so I didn't lose anything. I've seen a lot of people say that they hate this game, but I really liked it. It was exactly what I wanted from this title. It was creepy as hell, had cool environments to explore, and gave you a psychic waifu. I like the first game a lot, but I like this one more. It's a must play, but it can be very hard even on easy difficulty, especially if you're like me and have no patience and going to battle guns blazing. I think I said this before. There was one fight that I needed my husband to help me with because I don't have patience and rage quit. I recommend playing it. I like it. Why do I feel like this is going to be controversial? Never happened. Thank you for watching the video. Leave a like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more content, leave a comment if you've played F.E.A.R. 2, what your opinion on it is. Is it better or worse than the first one? We're not talking about the third one for now. Thank you to my patrons on Patreon. It makes me happy that so many people want to support me. I also have Redbubble and then a game that I'm working on, and I got links in the description, and thank you for watching.